Good afternoon, everyone. A bit later than normal, 20 past 6 here in the UK. That would be about 20 past 1 in New York City. As you can see, the markets have sold off. The American markets have sold off strongly this afternoon, a continuation of yesterday's move. So we see the S&P is off 55 points and the Nasdaq off 286 points. And as you can see, emphatically, red lights on the front page of VectorVest. So we have a situation at the end of today, that all of the measures of the trend on VectorVest will once again be down. Okay, so for the last week or so, the primary wave has been up, but none of the other measures of the trend, the longer term measures of the trend, could actually join in. So we're back in the down situation again. And although there's support on the chart soon, we all need to be very careful. I haven't got any American open positions whatsoever, and I'll show you why in a second. If we go to the VectorVest Composite, which is this equally weighted measure of the American market, all 8,000 odd shares that we follow in the American market, that's what it's done over the last year. This is a very broad measure of the US stock markets, a much broader measure, of course, than the S&P 500. So since March, it hasn't been easy. It's chugged along, there's no doubt. But if I now go to a 6-month chart, if I put on the longest term measure of the trend, a confirmed call, you can see the confirmed call has been down since the 22nd of November. And VectorVest was saying conclusively that you need to be very careful in this position. You shouldn't be buying any more stocks, and you should be watching the stop losses and the shares that you've got exceptionally carefully. We had this bounce, and it has come back. Those of you that believe in gaps will see that it's filled the gap, and that's where we are this afternoon in this. Without a doubt, it's going to get back and run these lows, and I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a double bottom down around these levels. I'm still optimistic of a run up into Christmas, but there's certainly no sign of that this afternoon. So I haven't got any positions now. My positions on the American market are relatively aggressive. The confirmed call, I use a medium-term market timing system called the DEW. And the DEW is also down now. It was close to giving a buy signal here, but nothing appeared. So I, in fact, haven't done anything in the American market low. I was sorely tempted by 4 or 5 shares that I spoke about yesterday at the UK Q&A session, but I didn't do anything. So that's the situation, folks. I think that this level is really important, and with any luck we'll get some form of reaction down around this level. And knowing markets as they are, they'll probably see how it went down and ran those stops. I would be surprised if this didn't get down here before some buying comes in. So all the obvious stops will be sitting around those lows. So let's keep my advice is keep your powder dry and wait for a turn. And I'm going to adopt the same strategy as I had here. I'm going to wait for the DEW market timing signal to turn. London's had a stronger day than the US. And the London market buoyed by commodity stocks today. And I see BlackRock World Minerals is up quite nicely. Anglo is up quite nicely. So the FTSE, the last time I looked, the FTSE 100 only off by 15 or 20 points. I haven't done anything in the UK market apart from what I've reported. The same portfolios I've had on here for quite a while. I bought into Games Workshop last week. I bought into Future last week, at the end of last week. So I've added those 2 shares, and Sylvania Platinum is still on death watch, but I got a few emails to say today that it had found some support at the lows today. So apart from that, I'm reasonably happy with them. So just be very careful out there. Just remember that if this level should go, if we look back here and get rid of all the signals, if we look back here, there's one hell of a lot of fresh air there, and even within the strongest bull market, it would not be unreasonable for this to pull back to here before going again, and that would in fact be a rising bottom. I don't think that's going to happen, but certainly it is a possibility. So, and that would be a very nasty little sell-off. So let's just watch it down around those lows, and I think that a Vective S buy signal down around those lows from the DEW, in my case, maybe not in your case, but in my case, I believe that that will be well rewarded. So on both sides of the Atlantic, folks, watch your stop losses very carefully indeed. Just remember, we can always get back in again. And let's keep our powder dry for what I think will be a run-up into Christmas. I shall not be trading what I think is going to happen. I shall be trading the Vective S signals, and I suggest you do the same thing. Thanks very much.